Marathon. Right now I'm joined by Moses Tanui, who's the race director. We want to get to know what to expect tomorrow on the third edition of the Eldoret City Marathon. Welcome to Scoreline, Moses. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
First things first, 2020 we did not have the Eldoret City Marathon. We expected to have it, but because of COVID, I mean, how did the COVID affect the whole preparation for the marathon?
I think what happened was really sad for the athletes and also the organizers of Eldoret City Marathon because COVID is real.
Yes.
And we could not do anything.
Yes.
Because I think the wall was tested by God.
Yes.
So that was God's plan, and now we are here.
How did this affect you economically as, you know, the organizing committee of the Eldoret City Marathon?
Yeah, it affected us because of we had a lot of sponsors.
Yes.
That they came in, but after the closure of the country,
yes,
that is the terrible thing that that happened to. But I'm happy that all our sponsors came back, even after trying to push again for the second time in April. They managed to come back, and we are happy with all our sponsors because we could not do anything if they did not support us. So I want to tell our sponsors, thank you very much. The D-Day is tomorrow, and we welcome every sponsor to come and showcase, to run the 5 kilometers, which we organize for them. The fundraise is for our sponsors and any other person that likes to run.
People are taking a look at, you know, the marathon and they are looking at it, there's no 21 kilometer. Wanajiuliza, why mbona hakuna 21 kilometers this time?
I want to take this opportunity and tell Kenyans, Boston Marathon has nothing apart from 42 kilometers. London the same. And this is the way that we are moving forward, that we can have only a 42 kilometers, that every Kenyan and everyone who can run the whole day, they can participate in 42 kilometers because we will cross the whole town or the whole city for our community to participate in marathon in real, so that they can walk, they can just play, they can do anything, but the elite athletes will finish in 2 hours. And we want to do this marathon like the international marathon. We don't have to have the 5K in future. We don't need to have the half marathon because it will be called Eldoret City Marathon. Half marathon has its own category in wall road race.
Yes.
And it has its own rules. We have also 10 kilometers with its own rules. So we don't want to mix. As a retired athlete, I know what means by saying Eldoret City Marathon or any other marathon. So that is why we are giving only for this year or few years the 5 kilometers. Then we go to the full marathon when we have bypasses in town that we can close for 12 hours. The city. Yes. That is what we are looking at, that in future we can close the city for 12 hours. And that should be only the marathon. Everyone will participate. Even if you walk for 6 hours, 10 hours, we will make sure that you finish the marathon.
We've had lots of discussions with you, Moses, and you've said that you want the Eldoret City Marathon to be included in the world major marathons.
Yes.
How is it going so far, the discussions?
Right now, we are far ahead in our steps. We are missing only one person come and rectify, or somebody who come and see what we are doing and make sure that our organization, our start time and everything, that is somebody who takes us to a bronze level or gold level. That is the only part that we are missing. But for this year, I'm happy to announce that we have electronic time, which if you run today, Eldoret City Marathon, and you are over 40 years, you can qualify to go and run in Boston because we are already in airport, which is over 40 years, they can qualify to go and run in Boston, London, and everywhere. And the thing that we have now is we have electronic timing, which gives us ahead of any other marathon in Africa. Yeah.
Now that you mentioned about electronic timing, do Kenyans appreciate that, you know, this is one of the races where we have electronic timing, that even people from other areas of the world can track how athletes performed in this marathon?
I don't know how Kenya will take.
Yes.
But I hope the Kenyans that they know, those people who know sports,
yes,
and they know athletics, and they know about electronic timings. If you break a world record, and the only thing that we don't have is the temperatures. Yeah. Otherwise, if we have all the temperatures measured from kilometer 1 to 42, then if you break a world record, then it is recognized.
And how many people have registered to take part in this? I remember you had a press conference 3 days ago. You said that 2nd of June was the final day for registration.
Yeah.
So how many people have registered, and what should we expect tomorrow as we wind up?
Yeah, for marathon is over 1,500 athletes, and for fundraise is over 800. That is why where we are taking this race is to make sure that what we said is what we do. Like the closure or the deadline of the marathon was 2nd, and we really said 2nd. There was some athletes that came and said that we want to register, which is on 4th. I told them, finish, go home, relax for next year. That is what we do.
Yes.
Today again, by 6, 7 o'clock this evening, if you have not collected your PIN number, you will not run tomorrow, even if you have registered. You collect your PIN number, you run tomorrow. Again, if you are not there at 5 o'clock, because we will follow the protocols, we will have to have temperatures measured before you run.
Yes.
If you don't go there by 5 o'clock, what we said, you will not run. Either you will be there by 6, we will not allow you to run. Yes.
Finally, as Moses Wahisi joins me, the course changed this year. I'm waiting for Moses Wahisi to join me. The course changed this year. Why? Why did you change the
No,
course?
we have not changed the course. The course was measured 2019, and it is the course that we are using is the same course as from 2019. Yes.
So as we talk about of course, how the course is, Moses Wahisi will be introducing how the course will be, the 42-kilometer race. He will be showing, we'll be seeing how that course is on TV from the start point to the finish line. Moses, over to you.
The route, plenty of excitement, plenty of expectation. University Eldoret Primary School will be the starting point, and then the athletes will go to Chepkoya Junction, where I know plenty of competition will be there. At Majengo Catholic Church, then there will be plenty of action, and remember there is a very, very deep slope at that particular time as you go up to Kapsoya Training Center. So a lot will be expected, and finally, the rest, I know a lot of people know how exactly it will end, and it will be between the Zion Mall. Competitiveness, yes, top-notch, top action, and the athletes out there will be expectant to see who exactly will be able to bag the 3.5 million Kenyan shillings. And when you think about that, I know a lot of people will be talking about what Eliud Kipchoge has been able to bring to the front when it comes to marathon running. Yes, he is a bigwig, he is a guru, and he is a star, and everybody is saying this is the man that we are supposed to beat. He will not be taking part at this edition of the Eldoret City Marathon, but when you have it in mind, he is the epitome of wild marathon running, and a lot of people, they will be eager to see who exactly will be able to take the biggest crown when it comes to the race that will be in the center stage of this town and this country tomorrow. Robinson, I know you've been able to have a conversation with Moses Tanui. He is a person, yes, he is a person who has been able to show that he can also run, he can also compete. Yes. He has the pedigree and the mind when you think about world of athletics. Yes. So when you have that in mind, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, Kenya. Just easy, take it easy. No, I'm easy. So plenty of excitement, plenty of action. Yes. And I know because of time, we need to call it a wrap, Kenya.
Yes, we need to call it a wrap, but remember tomorrow from 6:30 a.m. we'll be right here on KTN News. We'll be giving you minute by minute, second by second updates of what is happening in the Eldoret City Marathon. It's the 3rd edition, and we've spoken to Moses Tanui. He said that he wants this to be included in the world major marathon, the likes of Boston Marathon, the marathon, the likes of London, the likes of Boston. So it's going to be interesting. Remember, this is the highest paying marathon, as Moses said, in Africa. So it's bound to be even better this year, Moses?
Now, as we wind up, let me just give you some pointers. This is the best place when it comes to training of athletes in this country. But of key importance, we need to know that the athletes in this region are having it a difficult time when it comes to facilities, and that is the reality. We know what is happening in Cameroon. The stadia is closed. We know what is happening at Kipchoge Keino. Always a facility that is under construction. When you think about the track stars, the athletes that needs to go out there and compete and represent this country in black and white, they're having a difficult time. But of key importance, maybe someone out there will be able to take their issues with the seriousness that it deserves, because these are the golden kings and queens of athletics. When they go out there, maybe they feel it more. At home, we need to put our house in order. My name is Moses Wahisi, my colleague
Robinson Okenye.
We call it a wrap. KTN Scoreline it is. See you tomorrow when we have the third edition of Eldoret City Marathon.